The old man's name was Harold Mitchell. He was 73 years old. He had spent his entire life in the small town of Oakville, Texas. Population 12,000. He was a farmer, a third-generation farmer. His grandfather had bought the land in 1920. His father had expanded it. Harold had inherited it and grown it even more. He owned 500 acres of rich, fertile land. He grew corn, wheat, and soybeans. He raised cattle. He had a successful business. He was respected in the community. He was known as a hardworking, honest, and God-fearing man. Harold had a wife. Her name was Eleanor. They had been married for 45 years. She was a school teacher. She had retired 10 years ago. They had a good life, a simple life, a peaceful life. They had one child, a son. His name was Matthew. Matthew was their pride and joy. He was a smart boy, a talented boy. He could have been anything, a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer. He had the brains. He had the potential, but he also had a problem. He was disobedient. He never listened. He always thought he knew better. He was stubborn, arrogant, rebellious. Harold had tried to teach him. He had tried to guide him. He had tried to discipline him, but Matthew would not listen. He would say, "Dad, you are old. You are outdated. You do not understand the modern world. I know what is best for me. I do not need your advice. I do not need your help. I can do it on my own." Harold would say, "Son, I have lived 70 years. I have made mistakes. I have learned lessons. I am trying to help you. I am trying to save you from the pain I went through. Please just listen. Just trust me." But Matthew would not listen. He would not trust. He would not obey. He thought he was invincible. He thought he was smarter than everyone. He thought he knew everything. He was wrong, so wrong. When Matthew was 18, he graduated from high school. He had a scholarship to a good university, a full scholarship. He could have gone for free. He could have gotten a degree. He could have built a career, but he refused. He said, "I do not want to go to college. College is a waste of time. I want to make money. I want to be rich. I am going to start my own business. I am going to be an entrepreneur. I am going to be a millionaire by the time I am 25. Harold said, "Son, please, go to college. Get an education, learn something, build a foundation. You can start your business later, after you have some knowledge, after you have some experience. Please just listen to me." Matthew said, "No, Dad, I'm not going to college. I am going to start my business. I am going to do it my way, and I am going to be successful. You will see. You will all see." He started a business, a small business, a clothing store. He borrowed money from the bank. He borrowed money from friends. He borrowed money from anyone who would lend to him. He had no experience, no knowledge, no plan. He just had ambition. And ambition without knowledge is dangerous. The business failed. In 6 months it was bankrupt. Matthew lost everything. He lost the money he borrowed. He lost his savings. He lost his reputation. He was in debt. He was broken. He came back to his father. He said, "Dad, I am sorry. I made a mistake. I should have listened to you. I should have gone to college. Please help me. Please give me another chance." Harold was disappointed, but he was also forgiving. He said, "Son, I told you. I tried to warn you, but you did not listen. You had to learn the hard way. That is okay. That is how we learn. We make mistakes. We fall. We get back up. I will help you. I will pay off your debts. I will give you another chance. But this time you have to listen. You have to trust me. You have to obey." Matthew said, "I will, Dad. I promise. I will listen. I will trust you. I will obey. Just give me one more chance." Harold paid off Matthew's debts. He spent $30,000. It was a lot of money, but he did it. He said, "Son, come work on the farm. Learn the business. Learn the land. Learn to work hard. Learn to be patient. Learn to be humble. I will teach you everything I know. One day this farm will be yours. You can take it over. You can run it. You can build on it, but you have to learn first. You have to pay your dues." Matthew agreed. He came to work on the farm. He worked hard. For a while he was a good worker. He woke up early. He worked late. He did what he was told. He learned. He grew. He changed. Harold was proud. He thought his son had finally learned his lesson. But it did not last. Matthew got married. His wife's name was Amanda. She was from the city, she was beautiful, she was educated, she was also ambitious. She did not like farm life, she did not like Oakville, she did not like the simple life. She wanted more. She wanted luxury. She wanted excitement. She wanted the city. She told Matthew, I cannot live on this farm forever. I cannot live in this small town forever. I need more. I need a bigger house. I need a better car. I need nicer clothes. I need to travel. I need to see the world. Your father has money. He has land. He has everything. Why are we waiting? Why do we not take it? It is yours anyway. He is old. He is going to die soon. Just take it now. Take it all. Matthew listened to her. He stopped listening to his father. He went to his father one evening. He said, Dad, I need to talk to you about something, the farm, the land. I think it is time for you to retire. You are old. You are tired. You cannot work like you used to. I am young. I am strong. I can take over. I can run the farm. I can make it even better. But I need control. I need ownership. I need you to transfer everything to my name. Now. Harold was shocked. He said, Son, I am not ready to retire. I am still capable. I am still working. I can still run the farm. When I die, everything will be yours. But until then, I am still in charge. I am still the owner. I am still the boss. You need to wait. You need to be patient. You need to learn more. You are not ready. Not yet. Matthew got angry. He said, Not ready. I have been working on this farm for 10 years. I know everything. I know the crops. I know the cattle. I know the business. I am more than ready. You are just holding me back. You are just being selfish. You do not want to give up control. You do not want to share the power. You are a selfish old man. Harold said, Son, I am not being selfish. I am being wise. You have made mistakes before. You have failed before. You are still young. You are still impulsive. You still do not listen. You are not ready to run this farm. You need more time. You need more experience. You need more wisdom. Please just be patient. Trust me. I know what I am doing. Matthew said, No, Dad, I am tired of waiting. I am tired of being patient. I am tired of being under your thumb. I want to be in control. I want to be independent. I want to be successful. And if you will not give me what I want, I will take it. I will find a way. I will get a lawyer. I will challenge you. I will prove you are not fit to manage your own affairs. I will take everything, everything you own, and I will not feel bad about it. You brought this on yourself. He walked out. He slammed the door. Harold sat alone in his study. He was in shock. He could not believe his son had said those things. He could not believe his son was threatening him. He could not believe his son had become a stranger. Alina came in. She had heard everything. She was crying. She said, Harold, what are we going to do? Our son has turned against us. He is threatening us. He is trying to steal from us. What do we do? Harold said, I do not know, Alina. I do not know. I have tried everything. I have tried to teach him. I have tried to guide him. I have tried to discipline him. Nothing works. He will not listen. He will not obey. He has to learn the hard way. He always has to learn the hard way. And I am afraid that this time the lesson will destroy him. The next day, Matthew went to a lawyer, a dishonest lawyer. His name was Bradley Evans. He was known for helping children steal from their parents. He was known for forging documents. He was known for manipulating the legal system. He was expensive, but Matthew did not care. Matthew told him everything. He said, I need to get control of my father's farm. He is old. He is stubborn. He refuses to give me control. I need you to help me take it. Bradley Evans said, It is not easy. Your father is alive. He is mentally sound. You cannot just take his farm, but there are ways. You can get a power of attorney document. You can claim he is suffering from dementia. You can claim he is being manipulated by someone. There are many ways, but they all cost money. Matthew said, I have money. I will pay. Just tell me what to do. Bradley Evans said, First, you need to get him to sign a power of attorney. You can tell him it is for medical reasons. You can tell him it is for tax purposes. You can tell him anything. Just get his signature. Once you have that, you can transfer everything to your name. The farm, the land, the accounts, everything. Matthew said, He will not sign. He is stubborn. He will never sign. Bradley Evans smiled. He said, Then you get the signature without him knowing. You find a document that already has his signature. You copy it. you practice it, you forge it. It is not legal, but it works. If you do it right, no one will know." Matthew hesitated. He said, "Forgery, that is a crime. I could go to prison." Bradley Evans said, "Only if you get caught. Do it well, do it carefully. Use a good forgery. I know people who can make a signature look perfect. They will charge you, but it will be worth it. You will get the farm. Your father will be left with nothing. He will have to leave. He will have to go somewhere else. You will be free, free to live your life, free to build your future, free to be successful." Matthew thought about it. He thought about Amanda. He thought about the money, the power, the freedom. He wanted it. He wanted it so badly. He did not think about his father. He did not think about his mother. He did not think about the consequences. He only thought about himself. He said, "Okay, do it. I will pay, just make it happen." Bradley Evans made the arrangements. He found a man who specialized in forgery. His name was Jimmy. Jimmy was a small man with dirty hands. He had been forging signatures for 25 years. He was very good. He had never been caught. He was expensive, but Matthew paid. Jimmy looked at Harold's signature. He studied it. He practiced it. He made copies. He perfected it. Within 3 days, he had created a perfect power of attorney document. The signature looked exactly like Harold's. No one could tell the difference, not even Harold himself. Matthew took the document to the bank. He told them his father was sick. He told them his father wanted him to handle everything. The bank manager was a young woman. She did not know Harold personally. She looked at the document. She looked at the signature. She said, "Everything seems in order. What do you need?" Matthew said, "I need to transfer all my father's accounts to my name. He is too old to manage them. He wants me to take over." The bank manager processed the forms. She transferred everything. $200,000 from the savings, $300,000 from the investments, all of it, gone, moved from Harold's name to Matthew's name in one day. Matthew was not done. He went to the county clerk's office. He had the power of attorney. He had the forged signatures. He had everything. He transferred the farm to his own name. The farm Harold's grandfather had bought. The farm Harold's father had expanded. The farm Harold had built with his own hands. The farm that held all his memories. Gone, taken, stolen by his own son. The whole process took 3 weeks. 3 weeks of lies, 3 weeks of forgery, 3 weeks of betrayal. During those 3 weeks, Harold was at home. He had been feeling unwell. He had gone to the doctor. The doctor said he had high blood pressure. He needed rest. He could not go out. He was confined to his home. He trusted his son. He thought Matthew was just busy with his own life. He never expected what was coming. On a Monday morning, Matthew came to the farmhouse. He had a smile on his face. He had a document in his hand. He walked into the living room. Harold was sitting there. Alina was in the kitchen. Matthew said, "Dad, I have something to tell you. I have good news. I have taken control of the farm. I have transferred everything to my name. I own it now. The land, the cattle, the equipment, everything is mine now. I am the owner. I am the boss." Harold could not believe what he was hearing. He said, "What? You transferred everything? How? You cannot do that. I did not sign anything. I did not give you permission. This is illegal. This is theft." Matthew showed him the document. He said, "Dad, look at this. This is the power of attorney. You signed it. You gave me the right to handle everything. I have transferred everything to my name. It is legally mine now. I can do whatever I want with it, and I want to sell it. I am going to sell the farm, all of it. Amanda and I are moving to the city. We are going to start a new life, a better life, without you." Harold looked at the document. He saw the signature. His heart stopped. He said, "I did not sign this. This is not my signature. This is a forgery. You forged my signature. You stole my farm, my legacy, my life, everything. You are a thief, a liar, a traitor." Matthew's face changed. He said, "Dad, do not make this difficult. Just accept it. You are old. You are sick. You are useless. You cannot run the farm anymore. You cannot manage the land. You are a burden, an old, useless burden. I am tired of carrying you. Now you have to leave. This farmhouse is mine. I am selling it. You have to get out by the end of the week." Harold said, "Leave. Where will I go? I have no money, no savings, no home. You took everything, everything, my whole life, my whole legacy. Gone, stolen by my own son. How can you do this? How?" Matthew said, "It is easy, Dad. I do not love you. I never loved you. I only loved your money, your land, your farm. Now I have all of it. I do not need you anymore. So leave. Please, just leave." Harold fell to his knees. He started crying. He said, "Son, please, I am your father. I loved you. I gave you everything. I sacrificed everything. Please do not do this. Please give me something, a small amount, a place to live, anything, please." Matthew looked down at him. He said, "No, Dad, you get nothing. You gave me nothing when I asked for it. Now I have everything. And you have nothing. That is justice. That is karma. Now get out. Take Mom and get out by Friday, or I will call the police and have you removed." He walked out. He slammed the door. Harold lay on the floor. He was sobbing. He was broken. He had lost everything. His son, his farm, his home, his legacy, his reason to live. Everything was gone. Alina came running. She helped him up. She said, "Harold, what are we going to do? Our son has stolen everything. He has thrown us out. Where will we go? What will we do?" Harold said, "I do not know, Alina. I do not know. I have no money. No home, no family, no one. I have nothing. I am a failure, a complete failure." Alina said, "Harold, you are not a failure. You are a good man. You have done nothing wrong. Our son is the failure. He has made terrible choices. He has disobeyed everything we taught him. He has broken our hearts, but we will survive. We always have. We will find a way. We have each other. That is enough." They started packing. They packed their clothes, their photo albums, a few small belongings. Everything else stayed. The furniture, the paintings, the memories, everything stayed. They took only what they could carry. On Friday, Matthew returned. He brought a locksmith with him. He said, "Dad, have you packed?" Harold said, "I am ready." Matthew said, "Good. Then leave. Now the locksmith is here. He will change the locks. You will not be able to come back." Harold looked at his son. He looked at the hand he had held when he was a baby, the hand he had taught to write, the hand he had guided, the hand that was now pushing him out of his own home. He said, "Matthew, the hand I held to teach you how to walk is now pushing me out of the door. Do you understand what that means? Do you feel any shame, any guilt, any regret?" Matthew looked away. He said, "Dad, do not do this. Do not make me feel bad. I have made my decision. I have to think about my future, my family, my life. I cannot keep carrying you. You are a burden. Now go, please just go." Harold walked to the door. He stopped. He looked back. He looked at the farmhouse, his home, his life. He said, "Goodbye, Matthew. I hope you get everything you want. I hope the farm makes you happy. I hope the money makes you happy. I hope the city makes you happy. I hope your wife makes you happy. I hope all of it is worth losing your father, the man who loved you more than anything, the man who gave you his whole life. I hope it is all worth it." Matthew did not say anything. He looked at the floor. Harold walked out. Alina followed. They walked down the long dirt road. They had no car, no money, no phone, no bags, nothing, just each other. They walked for 3 miles. They reached a small church. St. Mary's. There was a small cemetery next to it. They sat on a bench. Alina rested her head on Harold's shoulder. She said, "What do we do now?" Harold said, "We survive. We always have. We will find a way." They stayed at the church for 3 days. A priest came, Father O'Malley. He was a kind man. He saw them. He felt sorry for them. He asked them their story. They told him everything. He said, "You can stay here. I have a small room in the rectory. It is not much, but it is a roof. It is a place to sleep. You can stay as long as you need." They stayed in that small room. It was tiny. No kitchen, no bathroom, just 4 walls and a floor. But it was something. It was shelter. It was kindness. Harold started looking for work. He was 73. No one would hire him. He was too old, too weak, too slow. But he did not give up. He knocked on every door. He asked everyone. He said, I can do anything, cleaning, sweeping, carrying, anything, just give me a chance. One shopkeeper took pity on him. He was the owner of a small hardware store. He said, you can clean my store. I will pay you $40 a day. It is not much, but it is something. Harold took the job. He cleaned the store every morning. He swept the floor. He dusted the shelves. He cleaned the windows. He worked for 4 hours every day. He earned $40. It was not enough, but it was something. It was hope. Eleanor started making food. Small things, rice and beans, simple food. They ate one meal a day. They could not afford more. They saved every dollar. They were surviving. But it was hard, so hard. Harold's body was breaking. His legs hurt. His back hurt. His hands shook. But he did not stop. He could not stop. He had to survive. He had to take care of his wife, the woman who had stood by him for 45 years. The woman who had given him her whole life. He could not let her down. Months passed. They lived in that small room. They worked. They saved. They survived. They did not hear from Mathew. He did not call. He did not visit. He did not send money. He did not care. He had moved on. He had sold the farm. He had moved to the city. He had his new life. He was happy. His parents were dead to him. One day Harold met a lawyer, an honest lawyer. His name was David Reynolds. He was a young man. He believed in justice. He believed in fairness. He believed in doing the right thing. Harold told him his story. He told him about the forgery. He told him about the stolen farm. He told him about being thrown out. He told him everything. David Reynolds listened carefully. He said, Sir, this is a crime, a clear crime, forgery, fraud, theft. Your son has broken the law. He has committed serious crimes. You can take him to court. You can get your farm back. You can get your money back. You can get justice. Harold said, but he is my son, my only son. How can I take my own son to court? How can I put my own son in prison? David Reynolds said, Sir, he is not your son anymore. He is the person who stole from you. He is the person who betrayed you. He is the person who threw you out. He has shown you no love, no respect, no mercy. Why should you show him any? Why should you protect him? He did not protect you. He did not care about you. Why should you care about him? Harold thought for a long time. He thought about Mathew as a little boy. He thought about holding his hand. He thought about teaching him to walk. He thought about all the happy times. He thought about all the love. And then he thought about the door that had been closed in his face, the hand that had pushed him out, the son who had become a stranger. He said, You are right, I cannot protect him anymore. He made his choice. He chose money over family. He chose greed over love. He chose himself over his parents. I need to make my choice. I choose justice. I choose my farm. I choose my dignity. I choose my wife. I choose what is right. David Reynolds filed a lawsuit. He gathered evidence. He subpoenaed the bank records. He found the bank manager who had processed the transfer. He found the property registration documents. He found the forged power of attorney. He found the man who had done the forgery, Jimmy. Jimmy was arrested. He confessed. He said Mathew had hired him. He had proof. He showed the emails, the payments, the text messages, everything. The case went to court. It was in the Oakville County Courthouse. Judge Patricia Lopez was presiding. She was a fair and experienced judge. She had seen many cases like this. She listened carefully to all the evidence. Mathew was summoned. He came with his lawyer, Bradley Evans, the dishonest lawyer. But this time Bradley Evans was scared. He knew he was in trouble. He knew the evidence was strong. He knew he could lose his license. He knew he could go to prison. He was terrified. In the court, Judge Lopez looked at the evidence. She said, This is a clear case of forgery. The signatures are fake. The power of attorney is fake. The transfers are illegal. The son has stolen from his own father. He has thrown his elderly parents out of their home. This is one of the most egregious cases I have ever seen. Mathew tried to defend himself. He said, "Your Honor, my father is old. He does not remember things. He signed everything willingly. He gave me everything. I did not steal anything. I did not forge anything. This is all a misunderstanding." Judge Lopez said, "Mr. Mitchell, I have seen the evidence. I have seen the forensic reports. The signatures are clearly forged. The handwriting expert has confirmed it. You are guilty. There is no doubt. You are also guilty of fraud. You are guilty of theft. You are guilty of elder abuse. You are guilty of everything your father has accused you of." Mathew started crying. He said, "Your Honor, please forgive me. I made a mistake. I was manipulated by my wife. She pushed me. She pressured me. She made me do it. I am sorry. I am so sorry. Please give me another chance." Judge Lopez said, "Your wife is not on trial. You are. You made your choices. You committed these crimes. You must face the consequences. I am sentencing you to 3 years in state prison. You must also return everything you stole. The farm, the money, the accounts, everything. You must pay your father a sum of $100,000 as compensation. You must apologize to him publicly, in this courtroom, in front of everyone." Mathew fell to his knees. He begged, he cried, he screamed, but it did not matter. The judgment was final. He was taken away in handcuffs. He was put in prison. He was alone. His wife Amanda had left him. She had taken the car. She had taken the jewelry. She had taken everything she could. She had disappeared. He had nothing. No money, no farm, no wife, no family, nothing. Harold and Eleanor watched everything from the back of the courtroom. Harold did not feel happy. He did not feel victorious. He felt sad, deeply sad. This was his son, his only child, the boy he had held in his arms, the boy he had taught to walk, the boy he had loved more than anything. Now he was in prison. Now he was a criminal. Now he was broken. Harold walked out of the courtroom. Eleanor followed. They went back to their small room, the room in the church rectory. They did not want to go back to the farmhouse. Not yet. It was too soon, too painful. 3 weeks later, Harold decided to visit Mathew in prison. He drove to the state correctional facility. He sat across from his son. Mathew was in a uniform. He looked tired. He looked broken. He looked lost. Harold said, "Son, how are you?" Mathew said, "Dad, I am terrible. I am miserable. I am regretful. I am ashamed. I have lost everything, everything I wanted, everything I chased. It is all gone, and you know what? I do not even care about it anymore. I do not care about the money. I do not care about the farm. I do not care about the city. I only care about you. I only care about Mom. I only care about the family I destroyed. I miss you, Dad. I miss you so much. I am so sorry. I am so sorry." Harold looked at his son. He saw the pain in his eyes. He saw the regret. He saw the love that had been buried, the love that was now coming back. He said, "Mathew, I forgive you. I forgave you the day you pushed me out of the door. I did not stop loving you. I could never stop loving you. You are my son, my blood, my life. You made terrible mistakes, but you are still my son, and I will always love you, no matter what." Mathew started crying. He said, "Dad, how can you forgive me? How can you still love me after everything I did?" Harold said, "Because that is what fathers do. We forgive, we love, we never give up. We never stop hopping. I hope you will change. I hope you will become a better man. I hope you will learn from your mistakes. I hope you will come out of here and start a new life. A better life. An honest life. I believe in you, son. I always have. I always will." Mathew reached through the glass. He touched his father's hand. He said, "Dad, I will change. I promise. I will become the son you always wanted. I will earn your trust back. I will rebuild our relationship. I will do everything I can to make it right. I promise. I promise." Harold squeezed his son's hand. He said, "I know you will, son. I know you will." He left the prison. He went back to his small room. Eleanor was waiting. He told her everything. She cried. She said, "Our son is still good inside. We raised him right. He just lost his way, but he will find his way back. He will come back to us. I believe that." 3 years later, Matthew was released from prison. He was a changed man. He had served his time. He had reflected. He had learned. He had grown. He was no longer arrogant, no longer greedy, no longer selfish. He was humble. He was grateful. He was honest. He went to his parents' small room. He stood at the door. He knocked. Harold opened the door. He saw his son. He was thinner. He looked older, but his eyes were different. They were softer, kinder, full of love. Matthew said, "Dad, I am back. I am home. I want to come back. I want to be your son again. I want to rebuild our life. I want to take care of you and Mom. I want to do everything I should have done before. Please let me in. Please forgive me one more time." Harold opened his arms. He hugged his son. He held him tight. He said, "Welcome home, son. I have been waiting for you. I have always been waiting for you." Alina came out. She hugged her son. She kissed his forehead. She said, "My baby is back. My baby is finally back." They all sat together. They talked. They laughed. They cried. They healed. The wounds were deep, but they were healing. The betrayal was severe, but forgiveness was stronger. Matthew started a small business, a landscaping company. He worked hard. He was honest. He built a new life. He also bought a small house. He invited his parents to live with him. They moved in. They lived together. They were a family again, not a perfect family, but a real one, a loving one. Every morning, Matthew made coffee for his father. He brought it to him in bed. He said, "Good morning, Dad, I love you." Harold smiled. He said, "I love you too, son." Every evening they sat on the porch. They watched the sunset. They talked about life. They talked about memories. They talked about forgiveness. They talked about love. They became closer than ever before. One evening, Matthew said, "Dad, I want to tell you something I have never told anyone. In prison, I had a lot of time to think. I thought about everything. I thought about my disobedience. I thought about how I never listened to you. I thought about how I always thought I knew better. I realized that my disobedience was the root of all my problems. If I had listened to you, I would have gone to college. I would have built a career. I would have avoided all the mistakes. I would have been successful. But I was disobedient. I was stubborn. I was arrogant, and it ruined me. It destroyed my life. I learned the hard way, Dad, the hardest way possible, but I learned. I finally learned." Harold put his hand on his son's shoulder. He said, "Son, I am so proud of you. I am so proud of the man you have become. You made mistakes, big mistakes, but you learned from them. You changed. You grew. That is what matters. That is what makes a man, not his money, not his farm, not his success. His character, his honesty, his heart. You have a good heart, son. I always knew it. It was just buried for a while, but it is back now, and it is stronger than ever." They sat there in silence, watching the sun set over the Texas skyline, father and son, together again, not because of money, not because of property, but because of love, the only thing that truly matters. That is the story, a story of disobedience, a story of consequences, a story of redemption, a son who disobeyed everything, a father who forgave everything, a relationship that was broken, a relationship that was rebuilt, a lesson that disobedience destroys everything, a truth that love conquers everything. If you have children, teach them obedience, teach them respect, teach them that listening is wisdom, teach them that humility is strength, because disobedience leads to destruction. Disobedience leads to ruin. Disobedience leads to pain, but obedience leads to success. Obedience leads to happiness. Obedience leads to peace. And sometimes the greatest gift a father can give his son is not money, not property, not inheritance. It is the gift of discipline, the gift of guidance, the gift of unconditional love. That is what Harold gave Matthew. That is what every father should give every child, because children are not perfect. They make mistakes. They fall. They fail.